Thanks. So we're just getting things started. We'll be starting here in just a moment.
Oh, I didn't grab my
What?
iPad to do the comments on YouTube.
You want to go grab it?
No, I'll log on my phone and see, because I'm pretty sure.
Because we can wait a minute before we start the other stream if you want to go grab it.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. I mean, it's all good. You can start.
Jacqi's running. We know things are off to a good start. So Jacqi's gonna. Ooh, what did I just do? Sorry, I've cut you in my ear here, my Bluetooth, and all right. So I'm gonna get the other stream hopefully going. Just give me a minute. It's gonna take us an extra minute tonight. Hey, she's back. I hear her over there.
Hi.
Hi. I hope everybody's having a good day, by the way.
The best. It's Taco Tuesday, even though we're not having tacos.
Oh yeah, we almost had tacos today, and then I forgot that it was Tuesday. And obviously you should have tacos on Tuesday, but we're gonna be doing pizza.
Yes, we are.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, yeah, I was just checking. Sorry.
That's okay, Pumpkin. Hey, we're just starting it up.
Oh, good luck.
You want to be on?
Thanks.
No.
All right, we're starting it, guys. Bye, buddy. Welcome.
Hey.
Today it's all about blue, but I'm feeling pretty happy for it to be a blue day.
It's interesting.
What?
Blue has different connotations in different cultures.
Does it?
In our culture, it is associated with blue.
Oh.
I mean, being blue, sadness and all
Yeah.
that. And it's not in others.
Wow.
I think in Asian cultures, it's like fertility and stuff like that.
Ooh, saucy.
Saucy.
Well, I knew in Japan, like white, is for funerals and all, and over here it's for weddings. So, it can be very different. But also tonight we're laying it on thick, and not just the jokes.
Oh yeah.
The terrible puns. Bad jokes.
Not just the jokes. Listen to you. You're such a dad.
Hey, when did the chicken go to the seance?
I don't know why.
To get to the other side.
Well,
No,
geez.
no, but tonight we're also going to be talking about really, really thick stuff and all that. Oh, we're going to give away some art. Actually, we're going to give away a brand new thing, aren't we? We decided to do that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Make sure. Yeah, we're actually going to give away something that's really cool. But I'll tell you about it later. We're going to play a game. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's a whole new sort of thing. So I'm excited about that. And then I want to show you this new thing that I'm doing in the studio. And that's why tonight it's about thick paint, all this sort of stuff. So I want to talk about how to make your paintings thick and impasto and all this sort of stuff. So think like Van Gogh, however you want to pronounce them. That sort of stuff, but even thicker than that. So just fun stuff. And there's a painting that I just started doing it. We offered it for sale today. It's gonna be a limited run of a hand painted painting. And gosh, I think like today we offered it for sale this morning, and I think we've sold like 4 of them, 5.
I think so, yeah.
Something like that. I don't know, but it's surprising. Like I really.
I'm surprised you're surprised.
I mean, I'm always like I love painting and I love connecting with people through art, and I'm always just a little bit surprised when it actually happens. I mean, it happens so much. I'm very fortunate, but it's just I don't know. It's just I always feel like if somebody connects with a painting of mine, I feel like a kid in the candy store or something like maybe no the kid in the candy store. That's not the right. I feel like the little ugly kid in the class.
Mm-hmm.
And the pretty little girl that you kind of have a crush on. She's really sweet. She's really nice.
That's me, right?
And she smiles at you, and you're like, oh my gosh. That's the way I feel when somebody. Yes, that's you.
That's me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, it's me.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Ron Captain joined us. He says, "Hi guys.
Hey, Ron.
Thanks for tuning in."
Thanks for
And
tuning in.
Linda has joined us and says, "Looking forward to it. Post on Facebook, looking interesting."
Oh, thank you.
Ooh.
Well-
And then, I should say really fast, Kylie Sykes has joined us over on the
Kylie.
YouTubes and says, "Hey guys, it's nice to see you again. I always am looking forward to your weekly shows. So thanks for tuning in."
Well, thank you guys. All right, so man, I feel like we're in an episode of Cheers, and the regular gang is we're
I
all
know,
here,
we
so
could-
we're ready.
We should have a ritual where we just yell out their name. Like,
Yeah, no,
Ron!
but that's awesome. I've been looking forward to this. I was thinking today, I miss us doing it twice a week.
yeah.
You
My
know, I
hair
don't know.
can't take it, man.
Huh?
They can't take it. My hair can't take it. Can't do different colors twice a week, man.
Well, you used to not color your hair every week, but yeah. Oh, how did it turn? Oh, yeah.
Okay,
So thanks to you guys, Jacqi is now blue green.
my hair is
green,
blue, and it's cool. It's cool. Okay. I had to preface it with, like, last week I did it green.
Mm-hmm.
That was the vote. Apparently, because I don't know anything about hair, green is the worst color to do if you want to do anything after that. I thought blue would actually be worse because it's darker, but green, I don't know if it's the yellows in it or something, but it's really hard to cover or get rid of or anything like that. So, and it's really popular, so it's hard to find. So the green was nice. It was emerald. It was bright and shiny, and then it dulled to like what looked kind of like a wig, like a witch's wig.
Ooh.
It was not attractive at all. And so when I went to the place and got the blue, they were like, "Ooh, green, that's gonna be hard to cover." So she was like, "Go dark blue," and so I got a denim blue, and it looks cool. Like under these lights, it's a bit more yellow than what it is in real life, for anybody out there.
Huh.
But it'll probably fade to a weird teal, and then I'm done, man. I'm done. Like
It's funny, your normal color is like a honey blonde or like a blonde color, and you've got pink, green, blue. What else did you do?
purple.
Purple. So you're probably a hodgepodge at this point after
I know.
after 4 weeks of hair
Poop
color.
brown. Eventually, we're gonna get back to some sort of weird, gross
Dookie
color.
brown. There you go.
Well, Barbara Brands joins us and says, "Howdy ho."
Hey, Barbara.
Hey.
Thanks for joining.
So today is all about blue.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that it is the world's favorite color?
Yeah. You know, it's
Followed
funny.
by, do you know what the second favorite color of the world
Oh
is?
gosh, I want to say pink, but let me think for a second. Is it red?
No, but
No.
close.
It's not pink or purple.
Yes.
half the rainbow. Is it red, orange, yellow, green?
It is
Indigo
purple. That is the second favorite, whereas blue is the favorite.
Wow.
And it is the least found in nature. So, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you don't
there
see
you have
like
it.
blue food very often or anything.
you don't. In fact, humans think blue food is poisonous typically.
Yeah.
Like it's like an instinct. It's spoiled or poisonous.
Yeah.
I read a lot about blue today.
Wow, that's cool, man.
Anyway, Beth has joined us and says, "Hey guys." So, hey,
Well,
thanks for joining
hey.
us.
Oh, so today's kind of a weird stream in that I want to talk about texture and stuff and what I'm working about right now in the studio, and it's a lot of fun. But this for the next show that I'm going to be doing this year, it's going to be a lot of impasto techniques and thicker than I've ever gone before. Just really crazy thick. So in order to do that, we've been doing a lot of R&D in the studio.
Lots. And it's been fun.
Yeah. So just working on stuff. So I wanted to show a little bit of this because one thing that I thought would just be really cool is to come up with some really thick paintings. And I've done this in the past. Like I have a painting up well, I should have brought it down for tonight, but it's a really heavy painting of the Buddha, and it's done all with gesso and paint, but it's super crazy heavy. So I wanted to be able to do, but like it's like this thick, so it's like molded, but it's all with paint. So I wanted to be able to do a show where it's this crazy sort of texture and really thick, but not have it weigh 1,000,000 pounds either. You know, to be
that sucker is heavy.
It is, and but I want to use materials that are just painting materials, but for it to be a sculptural sort of thing. Although one material that I'll use besides just paint, I'm thinking is resin, but acrylic resin, which I and the reason that I don't know if that's bending the rules, but I've done a lot of acrylic paintings in the past, and I mix pigments, dry pigments, different things with the acrylic, with the resin, to make it, it's an acrylic resin, but I turn it sort of into an acrylic paint that dries really hard, and so for me, it's almost like a paint that just solidifies in a different sort of way,
Yeah.
So for me, it's like acrylic resin, acrylic paint. It's just, and I use so many different mediums. I just consider the resin almost like a different medium, like mediums. See, so here's some that I've been using this week. This one's actually it's a heavy structure gel, and this is a matte gel, or it's like a glossy. So here, let me show you.
And I will say, while you're opening that and doing all that, I will say that those things are expensive at the art store. So if anybody out there is like, I'm going to experiment or I'm going to get crazy, I would definitely suggest getting the app, like the Michaels app or wherever you shop, and then use like the 40% off coupon on the app.
Because there's an app that'll let you thicken your paint?
No, those bad boys are like $25 for a jar of it. So if you find like the weekend where they're on sale, bueno. But if not, download the app to any of those art stores and use like the one-time coupon, because they're expensive.
Yeah, that's a really great suggestion, because this stuff is really pricey. I'm not sure. I don't feel a sticker on here.
Oh, Robin has joined us and says, hello, lovelies. Hello.
Hey, Robin. Howdy. But, like, this stuff is really thick, so I don't know. It probably just looks like, but see, like, I'm upside down. So what a medium is, if you think about paint, it's just like pigment, it's color. And then the medium is the sticky stuff. I mean, that's oversimplifying paint, really. But to oversimplify it, though, really all paint is color and sticky stuff that keeps the color from falling off whatever it is you're putting it on. And this is the sticky stuff. So you can have stuff like this. You can have stuff like this, which this is some more. So I don't know. I'm going to hold that up. So it's like cream. So if you think about, like, I don't know.
It's like frosting.
My mom used to use Noxzema and stuff.
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, so, it's like cold cream or something. And this stuff is thicker. There's others that are more like clay almost, really, really thick. And so, yeah, but those mediums are really expensive. And a lot of times I'll buy giant buckets of it because, getting it in bulk like that just helps the cost. And I'll use it, But one thing, though, that's nice is to find maybe like a medium, sort of medium, like a medium that has a texture.
Is it a medium for your medium?
Yeah, that's sort of in the middle. And like the heavy structure gel is a good one for this because it's, okay, let me put a little on my fingers here. Okay. La 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 la. Because this is creamy. So it's really creamy.
No, you can tell.
See, it's thick. But it's almost like icing in a way. A little thicker, and you put it in a paint, and it helps your like your acrylic paints work and feel like oil paint and stuff. So you can get this really cool crisp edges when it dries. It's nice, and crisp, and it's and whenever people look at it, even people that are used to oil paint, they'll see the acrylic, and it's really. I mean, you can't really tell the difference if you do it right. So that's a nice one. You can always thin it down a little bit, But let me show you some stuff. So I've been playing around. The other thing is that really thick paint takes a long time to dry, so that's been a problem. Let me show you. Okay, so one thing that that I've been thinking about. Gosh, I thought about it a year ago. That I wanted to do for Valentine's Day a year ago, and I didn't do it. This year did it, so it was like,
this seems to be like a consistent thing with us. We'll be like, it's like weeks before, like 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, or I'm sorry, Valentine's Day, and we'll be like, oh, we should do this, and then there's no time. So
yeah, it's just so go figure. But I wanted to make roses out of paint, so I have one right here that I made. This is paint. It's all paint. It's gesso and paint. So. Gesso is the stuff that you use to prime a canvas. It's like plaster sort of stuff. It's gosh, I can't think of the words for it, but it's a white stuff that you put on a canvas to do it. So
like spackling?
Yeah, well, it's like what's it made out of? Gosh, I swear my brain is like full of
caulking.
Huh?
What? No, I'm trying to think of what it's called.
I
Anyway,
just didn't hear what you said.
like caulking?
No,
stuff?
no, it's like plaster almost, but it's like gypsum sort of. I don't know.
Oh,
It's,
okay,
anyway,
okay.
it's the stuff that's in there. It's like but you can use like plaster of Paris to dry it up a little more and just do some different things. You got to be careful with it though, because if you do it wrong, if you mix it wrong, that it can degrade it and it won't hold together and all that kind of stuff. So, but this though, like it's a flower, that's paint. It's just paint. And I just think that's so cool. Like I love paint that's sculptural. So this is like some of the paintings I want to start working on a giant scale, like really large paintings, but it has folds of paint that are coming out and doing all kinds of fun stuff. That's why I'm so excited about this new series that I haven't even really begun because I'm working on techniques. So this is some paint that I whipped up in the studio. There's a table over behind all
It's
this.
the experimentation table.
Yeah.
where
We got
keep
torches, we've
Frankenstein.
got air pumps, we've got all kinds of mediums and resins and glues and epoxies and stuff going on and yeah, just so much stuff. But
Well, I should say Kim Taylor has joined us and says hi there.
Hey.
And so nice to catch you again. And Beth says chalky. And then Kim said gesso is chalky. So yes. Yeah,
Yes.
and that I've noticed that in your experimenting is I'll come in and some stuff is really glossy and some stuff looks a bit chalky. But if you're not digging the chalkiness and it's still structurally sound, you can blast it with some varnish. Which I think is what you were kind of doing. You were playing with
Yeah.
a little bit.
yeah, and resin is really nice too because
Yeah.
at the very end of it. But what I wanted though was okay. Let me show you. Okay, so we're gonna do a little walk. I'll say so. So I was working some different things into it. So this is one you can see. This was a rose. This is a really early one. It flattened out. So it was just.
You have to hold it closer, even
I'm
closer.
sorry. Is this better?
Yeah.
See, so it just flattened
Yeah.
out. It's like a rose that got ran over. So it's all flat. And you can tell like the material is a little soft. It's a little, So working from that, this is a rose, but it's like on a side view. But the material just wasn't quite there. So what I'm doing is I'm just experimenting with different mediums and stuff. And this is something that you can do, and it doesn't have to be crazy expensive or anything like that. So just trying to work it up. This is another one that I did. You can see it's getting a little bit better. It's still really flat. Yeah, it's really, really flat. So blah. And then here's another one that I did on the side. And this one, it's still soft. Like see the
Oh
paint?
yeah.
Blah.
What was that mixture?
Let me feel it. I don't remember. Oh gosh.
As red gets everywhere.
I don't know. I don't remember it right away. But it was one though that it was. You know what? This I could feel it, and it has a heavy structure gel in it, but it was more
Yeah.
heavy structure. It's all about proportions. Most of the
That's
stuff
what I was
is,
thinking. Is that if it's more medium, it might. That's why you're probably running into that.
Yeah, and then also like for acrylic pouring, there's other things you can use. Like you can use Floetrol. You can use PVA, which is basically just Elmer's glue and stuff. And I wondered if the PVA would help for this stuff, but it doesn't really. It just makes it too sticky. And if it's too sticky, then you end up with these little tendrils and stuff. So back to this one. This is one that I really, really like. Because see, it holds the crispness. So as you're working it, so like there's some of them that I'll go in and I'll fix, but if you work it, you want it to hold that crispness and all. So this is something. Hey, can we show the box, the shadow box?
Yeah. Let me say really fast. Valerie has joined us and says, "Hey, it's been ages since I saw your live stream. I'd like to learn how to make those roses, or just make more tactile paintings. Do you have a list of the supplies you spoke of earlier?"
Oh,
So,
yay. It's got a ding. Somebody's bought something.
yay! So, really fast,
Mm-hmm.
can you recap kind of what you were playing with and figuring all that out, and then?
Well, I would like to do like a little workshop or something one of these days because it's a little. It's hard. It's a little.
Yeah.
I can't really, in a way, like I almost need to show it
Yeah.
because the way that it's mixed and the ingredients and all that, like it's a little more involved,
So you.
and I don't have it like I don't know, like I have it, I think, to where I've got it to where I can reproduce it
Yeah.
exactly the same every time. And I'm really, really happy with it, but I may want to tweak it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I do want to show that, and I want to talk about how to do all this textural kind of stuff.
But it was basically experimenting with heavy structure gel and paint. I mean,
Yeah. So
I think she might have tuned in after you showed the supplies.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. For sure. I thought you meant like more in depth because I would like to show how to do all this stuff, but yeah. So there's different mediums and stuff that you can mix with paint, and what I'm doing is I'm experimenting with those mediums and then adding the constituent parts of them a little bit more. Like the parts that make up gesso. Adding more of this and less. And right now I swear my brain is just like it's
because you were using like pigment powder,
and
then you'd use pigment like actual paint, and then you were experimenting. So she
It's
said it's a hot mess in here. So she said email ? And I want to do this workshop. So yes, and I mean you're gonna master all this and get a video down and all that fun stuff. But we can definitely email any sort of.
Yeah, and
like the supply list and the YouTube
that's probably
link and all
something that you know where I'll probably put it is on our Patreon,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll put the supply list and all that like on the non-paid sort of thing.
Cool.
But it makes a nice place. Like, we have the website and have Facebook and I have all this, but I don't have a really good place to store documents for things. And Patreon's a really great place for that. I mean, they're just kind of set up where you can post this kind of stuff, and that's really neat. Then I can have videos and stuff showing it. And you have ideas for Patreon. I feel bad because we have the Patreon set up. And we have such wonderful people that are on there, and and so, but we're gonna be showing a lot of love to Patreon in the coming weeks.
That's right.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be fun.
Well, Maria joins us, says hi from Ohio. Sorry I got on late. Thanks for joining at all.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, do you want me to show this thing?
Yes, please.
Okay. So.
Do you want me to go over to you?
Do you want? No, I can hold it up to the camera and you can just talk to it. I mean, talked about it. Talk to it.
Hello, Painty.
Hello.
I haven't seen you for hours.
You got to give the full scoop on what this is, though, because it's like a limited edition sort of situation going on.
I've never done this before. Okay. I've never done this. Always with my paintings, they're like sort of a one-off thing. But I wanted to do something that was a little bit different, a little bit special. So I'm working on my Impasto paint skills on the sculptural sort of quality that I want to do for the next series. So what this is, it's roses. And, I had the idea for Valentine's Day, but so every one of them I'm going to try to keep it pretty similar. But everyone's going to be a little different because they're all hand done. I'm sculpting each rose and all the leaves and everything. And so it has, everything about it is impasto. The stems, it's a type of painting where if you're visually impaired, you can touch it and understand it. You can feel the leaves, even like the little veins in the leaves and the rose, like the petals, and the background is even thick. With the white, every part of it is thick, and so much fun. But I'm gonna do. We set the run for no more than 100, but the truth is I might actually lower that. I will never raise it, right? But I might lower it. Like I might lower it significantly. Right now we set it at 100 because I don't know. I was like, pick a number, So we picked that number.
Well,
so it's probably going to be lower, but right now we just said 100. But it's definitely not going to, not going to go higher.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't sent any out yet, so we don't have like whatever of the number. But it's just fun because while it is small, it's a great opportunity to have like a tactile original painting that comes out of your studio, and it's pretty. I don't know. It's so tactile. It's exciting. Yeah. I'm excited about it. So and because they're original, they all have like this little bit of different feel. They're not going to be exact and out of some sort of mold. They're basically like. I know
that's really well put, and that's something that I don't know. Like whenever I like art, like I want to collect it. I don't collect a lot of art, but if I, the originals that I do have, they mean a lot to me. Because the artist created them, and they had them, and they touched them, they made them, and to me, like it's a very special thing. But it's really hard to collect originals generally because they're very expensive, so I wanted to come up with something that was, that it's an original, but it's, it's also something that not, it's not like...
It's affordable.
Yeah. I mean, and which, I don't know, it makes me uncomfortable to say that because, I mean, any amount of money is a lot of money.
Just admit it.
Oh, yeah, it's just... I just love these. Like, I love to...
They are fun. I really like when I came into the studio when you were experimenting with it. I was really digging what I was seeing. I thought that was really creative.
Well,
especially because Valentine's is coming and I'm on the business end of it, so I'm like, what do you have for me to put out there? And so when you had that, I was like, that's pretty slick.
Oh, so, I have something else that I'll just hint at now. But one of these days I'm gonna have it. But I'm doing all this experimenting in the studio, and but also I want to put out a long stem rose.
Oh yeah, that'll be really nice.
And this is crazy. I've never made one of these. I don't even know if you can, but I was making some petals, and the petals are so thin. They're out of paint, but every petal would be a hand painted petal that's actually like a petal. That so the rose itself would be soft, and it would be a 3D rose, the entire thing, like a long stem rose.
That'd
all
be
of paint.
Legit.
I know. The idea just sounds so cool. I love the idea that you have a rose that you can hold like a sculpture, but it's all paint. It's just the whole entire thing. It's just a 3D paint thing. And I thought it'd be so cool, like if you could even wrap it up like a rose, like put tissue paper around it, and so I don't. Anyway, I've got roses on my mind. Valentine's bug has hit me hard this year, guys.
Well, Maria says love watching, and Beth has joined us and says spectacular, love it. Maria says very cool, and Lori has joined us, says love them, and Maria says, wow. So you have some fans of your roses.
Oh, look. We love you guys back.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Valentine's is on its way. Oh, speaking of things that love each other, look, I'm working on you haven't seen this painting in a long time. It's one that I worked on a long time ago. And I pulled out tonight to work on a little bit.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. That's...
But look though, it's
got some thickness going on.
Look at this texture. Oh my goodness, like the branches and stuff. I just love the texture, and the birds aren't finished.
Well, you haven't whipped this painting out, and this has been on the shelf for how long?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know. But it's over in my shelf, over in the corner with some other paintings that I've done, and I kind of liked. Like I even signed this one, but I knew it. Yeah, I don't know. Like I knew that I wanted to go back in on it, so I signed it. So, sometimes, sometimes you sign a painting, but it's not necessarily the last thing you do with it. Like so sometimes it's just one of the steps. Like you're going to be doing a resin or not a resin. You're going to be doing a varnish. You're going to be doing a tint or something, and you want it to go under there. So I signed it, but I wasn't quite done with it. So it's signed, but it's not finished. But I want to, I want to work on the birds a little more, make them.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So there, but I love the texture, and I thought, since we're talking about texture and stuff, that's really good. It's a really good time to do it. And next week, I think we'll have a little more texture. I might be able to show how I mix a little bit more for the roses or.
Well, next week we're into February, so we need a whole new thing. Like this month was color, hence my hair every different week. But next month, what are we doing?
I don't know if we do texture. Are you going to cut your hair in a different texture each time?
Can
we make it spiky like a punk rocker one day and then.
No. Interesting. I don't know
do a perm one week. It's a little tight circles all over.
There you go. That could be fun. Be wig month. I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna say that wigs.
Yeah, that sounds more like it. Well, Marie says rainforest parrots ?
Yeah.
And Valerie says more in depth. I heard the list earlier. Just want to get exact names for when I have someone help me look for it. Lovebirds and roses too. Okay. So,
so I'm not sure which. There's a here. Let me hold it up to this one. Okay, so I'm not sure which way
nope. Keep there. Nope.
It must
there
be
you go. Right there. Nope.
Here, because is that the middle?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a super heavy gel. This one's gloss. You can get gloss, matte,
yeah.
all that fun stuff. But I usually get gloss.
And it's over in the paint area, so it's going to be like right across from their acrylic paints.
Yeah. So it's over there. You can also get it like on Dick Blick. See, and it's just really thick. Blah, blah, blah. There's other ones you can get though. I mean, so if you want something a little bit thicker, you can definitely go for thicker. There's some there's like modeling paste, like so thick, and there's some that are so thick you can carve it. You can go on like Jerry's Artorama, Dick Blick, Michaels, that sort of stuff.
If you go to like Michaels or there's apps that you can download where you can use a one-off coupon for 40% off. So do that because again, the mediums are expensive.
Yeah, and then also like if you do any shopping on Amazon, sometimes that's easier, especially if if you don't have an art store in your area or you don't drive or like I don't drive, so a lot of most of the stuff I get either Jacqi's going to the art stores or I just order it online. Whatever's cheaper and but one nice thing about Amazon and places like that is that you can read reviews. So sometimes you can actually get a review of somebody that used it, and then they'll say, oh, it was really great, it was thick, but it cracked, or this or that, or and then you can at least get an idea of what it's like.
Yeah.
And then because they are expensive, I'd really suggest like just getting one and play around with it.
Yeah.
If you get a really thick one, it's easier to thin it down because whenever you add paint to it, that makes it a little thinner. If you have sight, if you have vision and you're using this stuff, it's gonna make the paint a little bit lighter color, but all this stuff it dries clear. So whenever it dries, it's gonna darken. So it's gonna have more of the actual color of the paint. And that's one reason it's so expensive is because it dries so clear. It's it's high quality sort of stuff. So it's really gonna be good for your paintings.
Paintings. Well, Owen joins us, says hello guys. Hey
Owen.
And he says I've used that with my textural paintings as well.
Yeah.
He did I just saw it. I would have if I had seen it any sooner I would have grabbed a screenshot to show it in our show, but he did a fantastic painting of Kong and Godzilla because the movie's about to come out, and I was like, I loved that piece. I thought it was so kudos, Owen. I thought that was awesome.
That's cool.
Kim says, ever used paper clay? Ooh. Have you ever used it? I've used it. Have you used it?
Yeah. I think gosh, it's been a long time.
It's been a real long time.
What did you use it for?
Just experimenting with different relief textures. So I mean, I liked it. I just felt like it was a bit hard to manage sometimes. And I mean, I don't know. I'm a Sculpey girl, so so I mean, if I'm sculpting or doing anything, I always tend to go to Sculpey. But the paper clay is fun to play with, and it goes a long way. So that was nice.
Yeah. That's a great idea, and be able to find some stuff that that you can play around with that's not crazy expensive is really nice too.
Yeah.
Like I know I was playing around with spackle. I was playing around with plaster of Paris, and the plaster of Paris and stuff I started using before because I would make my own gesso for because I was working on some paintings where if you buy your canvas from a store and it's already pre-wrapped and all that, it's pre-gessoed. Like when canvas comes, it isn't white. It has a raw color. It's like what color would you say? Tan, brown? I don't even know.
Oh yeah, it's like a vanilla color.
Yeah, vanilla. And but the white though is the gesso, and gesso doesn't have to be white. That's just they just tint it white. It can be black or brown or orange or whatever you want. If you make it yourself, you make it whatever color you want it to, which is the nice thing about it. But also, the feel of the gesso. One of the reasons you gesso a painting to begin with is so it'll protect the canvas from the paint. But also it gives a nice tooth, is what it's called, like a surface for the paint to go on. So you can make the gesso really, really thick. So it's extremely rough, and it really grabs the paint. And for certain types of paints and things, that's great. You want a really rough, surface. But the kind that you get at the art store is generally what they call a medium tooth. It's kind of in between. and that works really well. There were some paintings I was wanting to do where I want it to be as smooth as paper.
Oh, I remember when you were doing that. That was tedious.
Yeah.
It was a bit tedious.
It's really tedious and the way that you get it is you get like a hand sander, and you put you get gesso on the sander and you get gesso on the painting, and you go over it and you're like buffing it in until it's almost like glass. And so your painting is just smooth as glass. Oh, sorry, I just hit the thing. Sorry, guys. Just smooth as glass. So there's all these different things you can do. But so I was mixing my own gesso. I was just playing around with it. But using some of those skills from making your own gesso, you can also make it thicker, and then you can work other materials in it, especially like with acrylic paints and stuff, to be able to keep it flexible so it doesn't crack. So just playing around with that stuff, it was a lot of fun, and that's one thing that is helping come up with different ways of making the really thick flowers and all that kind of fun stuff. So anyway, sorry, I get excited about art stuff. I just
you know.
I know. You know, I've been doing a lot of podcasts here lately, so I was thinking we ought to make a list.
A list of what?
Of the podcasts that I've been doing, like been on here.
Yeah,
lately.
I have kind of a running list.
Do you really? See, that's why you're awesome. But
he has no idea what I do.
But it's funny though, because
Anyway.
I get on the podcast and I tell them, like, before we start, I have a thing, and I say, okay. They'll say, oh, so do you have any questions, or do you want to whatever before we start recording or going live or whatever? And I'll say, yeah. Well, the only thing is that be sure and tell me to shut up if you need me to.
Yeah,
I won't.
You'll ramble. Yeah.
I get really excited about disability awareness, like putting that out there, and I get really excited about art. We start talking about them both together, like in a podcast thing. So you're gonna ask me questions. And I was like, I was to go off on a tangent.
I can sympathize because I know from
Could you live with me?
Well, yes, and doing this sort of dynamic that we have,
Mm-hmm.
it. Yeah, I can only imagine if you were like on some sort of fresh air or radio program when they needed to go to break or do their plugs where they're like, I'm with blah 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 in the studio. It's like finding a moment to get in between your talking.
My dear, I am a delight.
You are a delight. You are a delight. Okay. Well, Vic Helmy joined us and says, I love your work. They are so bright and colorful. I will be able to afford to buy an original one day.
Oh, well,
thanks for joining us and hanging out.
Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate that so much, and for liking the artwork. That's brilliant.
There is no shortage of color with you.
Yeah. I'm adding a little titanium white on these parrots right now, because I want to make the colors pop a little bit. So I'm not sure with the webcams that we're using. I know
It's blowing it out quite a bit, and honestly, it's.
Does that help?
Yeah, that helps. That helps, yeah. But you don't want to hold it like that.
Yeah, no. But I just want to show like, because I was just thinking when I'm doing this, a lot of times,
it's blowing a little bit out, but. So Owen says, "Oh yeah, speaking of his Godzilla Kong art. It's digital. Thanks. I did that on my iPad. Thanks for noticing, Jacqi. So I totally dug it. I thought it was awesome." And Kim says, "Paper clay does crack, but I wondered if it mixed well with paint."
Oh.
When I used it, I didn't mix it with anything. My intention usually with any sculpture, what I'm doing is sculpt it, worry about it later, paint it after the fact. So I didn't do any mix. When you played with it, did you mix it with paint?
I don't remember, honestly. I usually mix things with paint. Paint is it's my jam. So it seems like I would, but it's been so long that I don't remember. Be cool to get some again and play around with it. One thing that's kind of fun, that like if you're worried about cracking with a lot of materials, putting resin on after can be really nice, but they have to be 100% dry, because any moisture that's underneath that resin can cause it to not cure or to fog up and stuff.
Yeah,
to get a weird sort of. Maybe that would be fun. If anybody's interested in doing resin stuff, we could totally do like a night where we talk about.
That'd be cool. I'm down.
Making resin, pouring resin.
You guys down? I'm down. Let's do it.
like, and if you want to do a resin painting, like there's different ways you can finish the edges. There's different ways to.
Sam would be really good at that.
Yeah, Sam, and then but also like the different types of resin. Like the art resin is a lot better at making like a bubble on it, or if you get like a normal kind of a tabletop resin, it'll run off a lot easier. Like, so if you want it to bubble up, you need a certain kind. If on the sides, if you don't want it to cut your fingers, there's ways to deal with that. If you want your painting not to be glued forever onto the table, there's ways to prevent that. So, you
Well,
know, that'd be fun. If you guys want to do that, we could totally do that.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, resin in general is one of my favorite. I am obsessed a little bit with resin. Like, I don't mess with it typically at all, ever. I don't play with it or anything like that, rarely. But I love watching other people do resin, especially when they create these sort of weird, layered, scenic situations. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I could go on about that. So Valerie says, would Jacqi consider doing a polymer clay workshop? I've done some stuff with it. Made different
Ooh.
kinds of phytoplankton for an oceanography class project. Making your own gesso sounds interesting. I would have to say that she sounds far more advanced than me. I would love to do one. Would you do one for me?
We'll do tradesies.
Yeah, we'll do tradesies. I mean, when I do the polymer clay, the Sculpey, obviously I do it as a hobby, and it's, you know, not like John where it's a livelihood of sorts. So everything I do is usually like a...
Your stuff is awesome.
I mean, I think I'm decent at it, but it's always... It's either like a mini robot. Like I have, every time I go out, visit my friend in Colorado, it's a ritual that I make her a tiny polymer robot that's doing different things. Or anything that's got, like I made a Groot out of a planter. So I mean, so
that was cool.
I can sculpt pretty well, but they're all like what I want to do. And it's not anything that I would try to sell or commission or anything like that.
Well, that's what I paint. I always just paint what I want to paint.
Yeah, well, I mean, but I should say that it's all stuff that I find easy. So you can do like a series of balls, and you know, you can roll it into little worms, or you can do little things. Whereas like you watch some of these YouTube videos, and these people have like sculpting faces. Like there's this one where a guy sculpts Link, the character from Zelda, and I've watched that thing like 10 times because it's amazing to watch these people sculpt. I don't know. I wish I was that good, but I would love to share any sort of Sculpey tutorials with anybody out there that wants to do it. That would be fun.
Well, that'd be cool. Oh, speaking of the resin and everything, tonight we're going to be giving away a bracelet.
Yes, we should do that because it's already 8:40.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
When you're having fun.
I get excited about this. So, okay.
Let me say really fast. Maria says that's a very cool painting.
Oh, well, thank you.
And Owen says those parrots look like they're going to fly off that canvas.
Oh, thank you. Awesome.
And Beth said yes. Valerie said, I'd also be interested in what you have to say about coloring, like your comment about making color pop. Since I have never had sight, learning the ins and outs about stuff like that would also be interesting. And pouring techniques would be cool. Never learned much about resin. Love to learn more. So... Man, resin is fun. It is something that you have to master a bit.
Yeah.
I also will say from the business aspect of art, it brings in a higher dollar than I've seen other art. Like when you add resin to your pieces, it's like all of a sudden it's in the next price bracket.
Do you want to show that bracelet real quick?
I'll talk about that.
Here. I'll be right back. I gotta run just for a sec. Well, when you talk about that.
So, John's going to lead me to the wolves. Okay, so another thing, John mentioned that he did these textural flowers that he was doing. Another thing that we did for Valentine's Day and put on our site were charm bracelets, because I was desperately trying to think of like different ways to include John's art on other sort of merchandise and, you know, ways that you can kind of carry around really great art that you love. And so we have these things. They're charm bracelets, which I'll hold up to the camera. Let me see if I can get a good shot of it. So on it, you'll see that, like, this charm bracelet, this is the one on the site right now that we have. This is a Stolen Moment, which is, like, one of John's really popular paintings. And let me see if I can get a closer look. Oh no, I know the camera's just so, like, anyway. So the cool thing about this is that it's one painting, but if you wanted to collect, like, if you're a big John fan like me,
oh, that's sweet.
Then you can collect all sorts of charms and have, like, a full-fledged gallery on your wrist. Okay?
That was really cool. You've talked about the bracelets.
I've wanted to do it for a really long time. I think it's like I mean, I love charm bracelets and how they dangle and make noise. And, you know, I mean, like, why not, you know? So,
you know, one of the things I think is really cool about it is that, I don't know, like, I don't know, you have a degree in design and all, like, you know, and you know, you do color correction, you do all this stuff. For all of the art prints and stuff we do, Jacqui's the one that deals with the photography of it. She deals with the images of it. She does with the color correction. She sends that off. She is always doing that. What I think is really neat is that each one of those is a miniature art print that is color corrected and everything just the same as the big art prints are, but it's done on a really small kind of scale. And I think I think it's so cool that it's just like. It's like a full-on art print that's like that big. You know, I think it's kind of. I mean, it's not that it's like. I mean, I don't know. I mean, because it's not like it's just done. Like I don't know, like a you know, blah. You know, it's actually like a little miniature.
Well, it is a bit tricky. It is a bit tricky because it's such a small space. I mean, it's 16 millimeters is the diameter of this. So when choosing what painting you do, I mean, if anybody out there else wants to make charms of their own art, you really have to like consider what can you fit into this tiny little space and still get like a decent image of, right? So that limits a lot of your work because, well, I mean, it limits everybody's work because it's such a small space. So, but let me say really fast because there's quite a few comments have come in. But Kim said, I got resin for Christmas and haven't been brave enough to use it yet. I love your tips.
Oh, yeah.
Man, dive in. And then, let's see, Maria was commenting to somebody else about watching you paint. So thanks for sharing.
Oh yeah, thank you.
And Brian said there's a couple on YouTube that I follow that do a lot of resin projects. And then he shared the link.
Oh, good.
So anybody out there, if you're curious about resin, if you want to dive into your Christmas gift, it looks like Evan and Cotillion. I think I've actually seen them before. You probably have too. But they do some resin art, and so there's a link in the comments that might help you out. And
I'm really bad with names. With the voices, I bet if I played the video and heard the voices, I would know.
Yeah, there's no shortage of resin videos out there if you're scared to dive in. I will say, you know, just realize that it's a trial and error.
Oh, yeah, but you know, I can give a few tips, so just really, really quickly. Like in a minute, I promise. It won't take more than a minute. One of the things with the resin is that you want to have gloves because it will get on your hands and it's really, really hard to get off. Even like if it's a 2-part resin, even the different parts is kind of hard to get off. But you want to make sure that you do it in a well ventilated area. You also, depending on the resin, there's some of them that are extremely fumy. Most of the art resins aren't too bad about that because I know you're going to be doing it indoors.
Yeah. So
they, but still, you want to have a good ventilation. But and depending on the resin, they're either mixed by volume or by weight. I think weight's a little easier. I have a talking scale, so I can. And if you measure, if you get the ones by weight, and because you can really precisely get the 2 parts that are exactly the same. By volume for me is hard, but I guess I can't see it, so I'll try to, like, the volume ones are hard because I'll try to make a mark inside, like, that I can feel, or on the groove on the cup, and then I'll try to measure it, but then is it right, is it not, and it gets sticky, I don't know, for me, because I'm trying to touch it, but the ones that are by weight are easier, it seems like. When you mix it really, really well, mix it for minutes, like 2-3 minutes, really scrape the sides, the bottoms, and then set it aside for like 5 minutes or so. But if you do that and you do it inside where it's like 70-something degrees or so, if it's too cold, it may not cure right. If it's too hot, it may not cure right.
Yeah, to the extremes. You don't want to get a bit. It shouldn't. It's not as like trivial as it sounds. Like I would say just dive in and play with it. Just read the directions. The equal amounts of both A and B is it, right?
Yeah,
so
that's
and at
the
that
main
point,
thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and at that point you just find your happy place of like
you
let it stir, but don't. I mean, it's a little things like don't vigorously stir and add bubbles, or and also have like a heat gun where you can just barely go over the top and like get the bubbles out. I mean, it's all you just play with it, and you'll be good.
Yeah, and we'll do we'll definitely do like a night where we talk about it. But the main thing though is just get the ratios right. Like you don't want to gloss over that step and just sort of like glob glob glob, because it won't set right. It'll be sticky. It won't cure.
Yeah.
It'll never harden. And then and stir like crazy. Just make sure you stir for like 2-3 minutes.
For sure.
Not like great, but just keep it stirring. It makes a huge difference. I mean, I've messed up so many batches of resin in the beginning.
Yeah. Well, Beth says, I absolutely love the vibrancy of your paintings.
Well, thank you.
And Maria said, cool. Kylie Sykes, about the bracelets when we were showing earlier, Kylie Sykes says, very cool. Maria says, ah. And Kim said, pretty. John's own Pandora. Wish we were pulling the prices that Pandora pulls.
Oh, what's Pandora?
Oh, they're like the most famous charm bracelet company.
That was Jared.
No. No. Pandora, in fact, when we were in New York, and my sister-in-law, Sam, has a Pandora bracelet, and she's obsessed with filling this thing in with different things. So when we were in New York, we had to go, like, that was one of the outings, was to go to New York's Pandora and get an Apple thing for her bracelet. So it's a thing. It's a thing. Cool. They're a thing. Valerie says, that's a neat idea. My sisters and I have a charm necklace we share between us. Every month, one of us sends the necklace off to another. It used to be a bracelet until it got too heavy.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Which that leads me to say, like, part of the whole beauty of, like, the charm bracelet, and this is from the business aspect of our art, is that I really wanted to do something where we continually sent something to the buyer, so like a subscription service, and I'm sure everybody out there knows there's a million of these, right? There's art subscriptions, we all subscribe to something. So the idea with the charm bracelet is you get a subscription membership and you get a new charm every month. So, and these are really easy to do. It's little bits of like jewelry resin, which is the same as art resin virtually, and a little printout that's inside the little jewel piece, and all of this is like, totally doable. So it's fun. I really dig it, and it is what we're giving away tonight.
And I should say it's easy for you because you've mastered art prints and stuff. So
right,
the photography of art and all that, and then getting the prints. So once you have good photography, good prints, then this is just kind of the next step.
There you go.
Yeah, we're giving away. I want to play a game.
So tonight, what we're going to do, tonight's all about blue. And we're like, it's late in the game here. So what we're going to do is we're going to give away one of these charm bracelets. And how it works for anybody that's joining us for the first time, I'm going to ask trivia questions. And if you comment and get the right answer, I'm going to put your name down, put it in a hat, and then at the end of the 5 questions, John will pull a name. Ooh. So the more questions you get correct, the more likely your name will be pulled. So, are you ready to play?
I am ready. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, okay. I gotta get ready because last time we did this, 1 million people got 1 million questions right, and I was like furiously trying to write names down. Okay, so what is the only bird that can see the color blue?
Oh.
A, an ostrich. B, a penguin. C, a blue tit. Or D, an owl.
Wow. I would have thought most, because birds, I've always had a better sight and better color. Mm-hmm. I would have thought all of them could see blue.
Well, no.
All right, well, let's see. Penguins, maybe, because they live in the Arctic. There's not a lot of color.
Right.
So maybe be able to see the sky and the white. Gosh. A blue tit.
Yeah.
That's just fun to say.
It is one of my favorite, well, not that specific bird, but a tufted titmouse is my favorite bird.
It's so cute.
I'm just going to say.
Yeah, I used to love those.
Only because they come to our window and eat constantly.
An ostrich. I'm not sure if blue would really help an ostrich. I don't know. An owl. Would blue help an owl? I'm thinking penguin just because of the lack of color out there.
Yeah, okay.
That a blue might be something that would come up.
You think?
I don't know. Gosh, I'm thinking an owl though.
Okay, I'm gonna call it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Who
okay.
are you officially deciding
I'm
on?
gonna go with penguin. Oh yeah, do you remember we went to the zoo last when we saw like the emperor penguin or something? They were like huge.
Oh yeah,
Like,
they're big.
They're like
big.
a size chart you could get up next to. It was like, good grief.
Yeah.
If you saw one of those in a dark alley, you'd go the other way.
Okay, well, for everybody that guessed D, owl, that is correct.
Oh, I'm so hoping you say you're wrong. You're wrong. Oh, I was
No?
gonna go with owl.
No,
Was there a
no,
lot of
babe.
right answers?
Owl is the right answer.
All right.
Yep.
Well, way to
So-
go, guys. I'm not jealous at all. Jeez.
Okay, are you ready for the
Oh
next one?
yes.
All right. In which film is a dinner guest served blue soup?
Oh.
A. Mr. Bean.
Ooh.
B. Thelma and Louise. C. Bridget Jones' Diary. Or D. American Pie.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I hope it's Mr. Bean because he's hilarious. I love me some Rowan Atkinson.
I do too. I love and you know, it's one of those things that it's fun to watch with Jack too because he just cracks up and it's that innocent humor.
Blackadder, Blackadder.
So,
Okay,
yeah, you got Mr. Bean, Thelma and Louise, Bridget Jones' Diary, American Pie. They were served blue soup.
I'm gonna say Bridget Jones. I only saw that once, and that was a long time ago.
Okay.
But I want to go with Mr. Bean because I don't know. I remember on the Mr. Bean, like I like Mr. Bean because I remember seeing them. Like they're so old. You know, like I like to watch some shows and stuff that I remember actually seeing. I think I remember seeing them. Did I see them, or am I just imagining pictures on mine? I've done it so long that that's what I think it looks like. I can't remember. Oh, anyway, I'm going Mr. Bean. It's probably Bridget Jones.
Okay. Well, the answer
Or is it Thelma?
is
No, it wouldn't be Thelma and Louise, surely.
the answer is Bridget Jones.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, do you remember the scene or what?
No. I honestly I haven't seen that movie in probably like 10 years.
Hmm?
And I was kind of hoping it was Mr. Bean too when I read the question.
Oh,
But I did guess it right when I took the quiz myself.
look at you.
But I mean, you
just
probably,
rubbing it in a little bit.
You-
Just like, well, I wish it was, but I got it right.
But I got it right. But you probably would have got it right too, because
I didn't. I didn't.
Well, you were wanting it to be Mr. Bean, but in your gut, you knew it wasn't.
Well, it's just-
Anyway, okay.
Thanks.
So next. Okay. Okay, people.
Uh-oh.
What are the 3 primary colors of light?
One of them's going to be blue.
A, red, blue, and green. B, red, blue, and yellow. C, blue, green, and white. Or D, yellow, green, and blue.
Okay. I happen to
Primary-
know a thing or two about a thing or two. Actually, I know 2 things. I think this might be one of the things I know.
Well, I hope.
Because, well, I don't know.
Oh, my mom joins us, says, love your hair, Jacqi. And she
Ah.
mentioned earlier that she got a charm bracelet, a Pandora bracelet.
Oh, fancy.
Yes, and Randy, her roommate, has added charms to it. She got the bracelet from Carissa. So
Oh, that's
it is
cool.
a thing, man. Pandora's a thing.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Okay,
sweet.
so
Hello, Marilyn.
what do you
Thanks
guys
for joining.
what's your guess here?
Well, mixing colors and mixing lights are 2 different things.
Right.
So I think it's let me think. I can't remember what letter, but I think it's blue, red, and green. Hold it. Red, blue, and green. Yeah.
Okay.
But if it's color, like you're mixing colors, then it's red, blue, and yellow. I mean, like if it's actual like color.
Right.
But if it's
Okay.
if it's light, like actual lights,
Mhm.
then it's red, blue, and green, or blue, green, and red, or whatever it is.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay. Well, I should say you are correct.
Oh, I got one right. RBG baby,
RBG baby. Yes, red, blue, green makes
feel-
white.
feel vindicated.
Where finally, where red, blue, yellow makes black, basically.
Weird.
Yeah. So I mean, print physical versus light.
Isn't that
So,
funny?
yes. It is really interesting, and because I my background's photography, that seems to me an easy question, but it's funny that nobody thinks about some things when you're just not in the field.
What I'm hearing is
So-
the one I got right was an easy question.
Pretty much.
Okay, let's see how it is.
All right, next question. Ooh, this one is a hard one. Which of the following is blue on a standard London Monopoly board?
Oh, let me think.
A standard London Monopoly board.
Okay, London. Okay, let me think.
Okay, let me read them.
Well, hold it. I'm trying to think of important places in London real quick. I've never been to London. I want to go.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
After this pandemic, let's all just go to London.
Let's go everywhere.
Yeah, we'll watch Mr. Bean.
Something,
awesome.
man. I was talking to my girlfriend on FaceTime earlier, and we're like giddy with the fact that we're physically like seeing each other's faces, and like I want to go see her. Anyway, are you ready for the possible answers?
Okay.
A, Pentonville Road. B, Vine Street. C, Northumberland Avenue. Or D, Fleet Street.
Oh, come on, man. Everybody knows this Park Place and Boardwalk. Okay. None of those
I think
really
we've
leap
stumped
out
the
at me.
crowd. Not a lot of people are answering this. Come on, guys, just throw up a letter.
Northumberland.
I didn't know this one.
Northumberland. Vine. Pentonville. What was the other one? Fleet?
Fleet Street, Northumberland, Vine Street, Pentonville.
Northumberland. That sounds right. But Vine, though. That sounds right. Vine.
That sounds right. Whatever. Does it, though? Does it?
Gosh. Pentonville?
We have a lot of people going with C, Thumberland Avenue.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they right?
Valerie says, I love the Britboard.
No. What did Valerie say? What did she say it was?
I'm not going to tell you.
Did Valerie say C?
I'm not going to tell you.
Man. Gosh. I kind of want to say Northumberland, but Vine kind of sounds right too, though, to me.
Well.
I'm going to go with... I'm going to go... What did Valerie say?
Okay, I'm going to give the answer.
Okay, Northumberland. I'll go with Northumberland.
You are wrong.
Was it Vine?
No.
Oh. Fleet?
No. Wow. No.
I meant-
Pentonville.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
I
The
stuttered
answer
and it
is
came out the
A.
other three.
The answer is A, Pentonville.
Is that what Valerie said?
Yeah, well, yeah.
We'll see.
She loves the Britboard.
I should have got it right for picking the person that got it right. God.
Okay. All right, next one. Liz, the last question. All right, this is, in what year was the New Order song Blue Monday originally released?
Okay.
A, 1981.
Okay.
B, 1995. C, 1983. D, 1988.
Monday, Blue Monday.
Yeah.
Well, would it be okay if I just guess the correct decade?
No.
Oh my goodness. I want to say 81. But didn't Thriller come out in 81? I want to say 83. Final answer.
Final answer, huh? That was quick.
Maybe 81. No, 83. 83. Hold it. Yeah. 83.
You're gonna go with 83?
Yeah.
The final answer. New Order released the song Blue Monday in 1983.
Oh, cool. Good.
All right.
I got 2 right.
Okay, so we're past 9. So let's pull the name and decide
Winner.
and chicken dinner and figure out who is gonna get a free charm bracelet.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna come over to you,
All right.
and you're gonna have to
I'm
mix
getting
this up
ready.
because I'm just like.
Getting officious. Okay. I'll come over here.
I'm sure.
All right. Oh, hold it. You know what? I could do it. So everybody sees that it's legit. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to the very bottom. Is it on there? Okay,
Yeah,
I've
sure.
got one. Let me hand that back to you.
Okay.
Or actually, here, let me.
Here, you can open it. You want to open it?
Oh, sure.
Hold it up to your camera. I can't, it's blown out.
Oh.
And it's upside down. It's Linda.
Oh, Linda!
Woohoo!
Congratulations! That's
Bam.
awesome. Well, thank you everybody for playing, and
And Linda's a patron. Yay!
well, that's brilliant. Well, thank you for supporting us on Patreon, and congratulations for winning. I'm so
Yeah.
glad you did. That's awesome.
I will send you a charm bracelet. And thanks for always tuning in.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Well, awesome. Well, I guess we'll, on that note, I guess we should tell everybody good night.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's been a colorful month. I'm looking forward to next month.
Yeah.
We're gonna get crazy.
Yeah, let's figure out what next month is going to be. Maybe we'll talk about resin or something on the next one. I don't know.
A new wacky technique.
Maybe
every time.
maybe next month will be about wacky techniques.
That'd be cool.
A different one every week or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. But thanks so much for joining us, guys.
Yeah, be sure to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And we will see you guys same place on Tuesday next week.
Bye, guys. Have fun.
Thanks.
Yeah.